Good day, fellow YouTubers. This video here is on the mill. A lot of you are going to find it boring. I get my logs, a lot of them, from a tree cutting service that cleans up people's yards and does for hire trees they want down. So I'm not choosy. I take what he gives me, and he gives me some nice logs, and that right there is a beautiful piece of timber. But there's a problem. It is 25 inches diameter, large end. 24 small end, so there's only an inch. The 122 has capabilities, that's telling me 21 inches max. And if you move this up here, and you come from the log stop to that wheel, it says 19 inches. Well, I've learned a few tricks to saw a lot bigger logs. Number one, you need a chainsaw. You already knew that, didn't you? Number two, instead of using the big stands, once I got it on the mill, I go to the little ones. And that gives me, because as you see, the round log, that gives me, oh geez, I would say 5 inches more that I can get through. And that's the whole thing right there. And I don't use the log stop. I have these little things I drive in to hold it in place so I can get down through, because the log stop right here, if I use the one that it comes out too far, it's not going to work. Well, I'm not going to bore you with cleaning this edge up to get down through here with the chainsaw. It is a little bit time consuming, but when you're old, you're retired, and you're like a rooster that's no longer useful, your time ain't worth much. So I enjoy doing this. Let's see what this 6 foot by 24 inch small end log will produce when we're done. I'm going to have to piece this together because it's going to take me, if I stay at it, probably 45 minutes. But I don't do that. I'm going to goof off, do something else. Who knows? Maybe I won't finish it today. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off, get the chainsaw out, and clean this side up down through here, narrow it up so I can get down through with the mill, and go from there. Okay, as you can see, I've cut that channel for that guide to run down. I might have to clean that edge up a little bit right there. That almost looks a little high. But I'm going to start the mill and saw down through there. I'm not going to film it because it's going to be slow, because that's a big piece. And I'm going to take my time. And that could make for a long, long video. But when I get it sawed off, we'll stop and we'll see. Okay, you can see the mill's down here. Can't really see the curve. Yeah, you can. It's right there. And we got down through. Wow, that's nice lumber. I probably will. I have to take this off because the mill doesn't go any higher. And I will put that back on and take something out of it. You can see there's lumber left in it from the size of this end. And we will take something out of it. Now I got to roll it up and do the same damn thing down this side. And then I will have it at a size where the mill can handle it. But see, it wasn't that bad. I'm not sure of the time. It's taken me, I'm going to say 15 minutes and a lot of foul words. I did have to stop, and I've never had to chop or remove any wood from this side before. But I should have taken that off the chainsaw before I started. Hindsight's 20/20. But that's a pretty good lift to get off from there. I can do it. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll show you this project when it's done. Now I won't show you the other side, but that's using, you can see how much you gain on a big log. Yankee Nimrod, this has you in mind, and the Homesteader. Damn it, I'm getting old, I can't remember names. Homestead Fresh, I think he's called. He has a 122. Wallace, you got a 126. It's something that'll work for you too. That'll help you on a bigger log too. You probably won't have to do as much work as I did to get a lot bigger. You can get right up in there into some good sized stuff by doing that. Hey, thanks for watching. Couple things I want to mention. When you go to roll your log, go back to your long ones, because you'll roll your log off on the ground and you're in a mess. Important tip number 2, when you have a really big log and you're not paying attention, be sure and put your mill back on the end. I didn't. I left it here, turned the camera on, ran my mouth, didn't pay attention. Now I got to take the blade off to get the mill back, which isn't a big deal. And I'll know if everything's going to clear, won't I? Hey, thanks for watching. We all make mistakes, don't we? Okay, I think we're recording. You missed the fun part. When I dropped that log off the mill on the 3rd roll, I made it 3 times. Those are the 2 big ones to get her down to a size where I could handle it. I was maxing the mill right out to get those 2 off. Those are 2-inch, and I'm going to saw those into 2x4s. They're going to be 2x4s for hunting shacks. That one's going to have 1, 2, 3 anyway. I don't know if I get the 4th of that bark on there. And the bottom one's got 3, but that cleaned the bark off. This is the cant. We'll grab the tape measure and see what's left of. And I could have taken an inch board and had a little wider, but I'm looking for 6-foot 2x4s. That is exactly 16 inches this way. And it is, now it's 12 that way. But I've taken 2 off. So it was actually 16 by 16 when it got squared up. So that must be about the biggest possible cant that I am going to do on a 122. That's pretty good sized. There's some inch boards in there to get out. I will put those back on, rip them down. Those right there work for roof boards. Nobody cares if there's a little bark on their hunting shack. It doesn't really matter. Holds a piece of tin just fine. I'm not going to bother to edge them out. I just use them the way they are for a hunting blind. I don't know if I filmed any of those last year or not. Anyway, thanks for watching. And that is how you put a 24-inch log, well, 25 on the big end, and saw it on a 122. I know you guys are the 130s and the 126s, you can do that, but let me tell you, at my age, I don't want to do big logs like that. That's all I care to lift. When you roll that on there, that's all there. Well, it's kind of a snow rain mix. I think I'm going to bag it for today. And I think the weather's better tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Maybe I'll put this together and get it uploaded. Okay, one final chapter to the video. What do we get? Well, we all saw that log. That's its mate right there. It's going on next. And they're the same size. That's the next piece up. We got 30 2x4x6, which isn't the standard. Usually it's 2x4x8, but for what I'm building, 2x4x6 works just fine. Can't complain. Can't stare a gift house in the mouth. We got a 2x4 down there. It's got a lot of bark on it. It's not much, but I'd probably keep it. So maybe 31 if you wanted to. I got 4-inch boards. 2 of them are 13 inches wide. 2 of them are 9. And I got what I call roof boards. Putting the tin on the roof, I got 4. This certainly work because the bark does not become a problem. You know, we're talking about a shooting shack. I'll square the ends up, definitely, of the skill saw when I put them on, but I don't worry about the bark. They didn't hurt anything. Gives the critter something to chew on up there, so you can sit there and when you're waiting for the deer to come, you can hear them crunch, 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 eating the bark off. But that was pretty good. I would say I haven't totaled it. We're somewhere in the area of over 100 board feet, but I haven't totaled it. If a 5-foot 2x4 is 5 board feet, a 6-foot is probably somewhere around 4, and that's 120 without those 4 boards added in, and I don't add those in, and that's the waste there. I'll use the inch stuff for stickers to dry it. but that's, you know, that's just bonfire material, garbage. I have a young guy that sugars, and he draws that stuff away for me, which makes it very nice now. I appreciate that a lot. He gave me a half gallon of syrup, which he didn't have to do. I should be paying him.